lady that couldn't get four guys together to move a granite slab, and she concluded that it's because she wasn't hot enough? Well, it makes me think that men have successfully banned the friend zone. And it also made me realize that I haven't talked about the friend zone in a very long time. Like, I used to talk about it back in 2020 when I first got on TikTok, but until this week, I could not remember the last time that I had talked about it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I really think that there was one singular movement, singular trend that really motivated men to officially ban the friend zone. And it's not the 4B movement. Can you guys guess? It was all the women choosing the bear over the man. So yeah, when a woman comes on complaining that men won't help poor little old me, they are plainly asking that girl to call on the bear instead. The kind of funny thing is that that bear could probably move that granite stone way easier than four guys. It would probably just take one bear, right? It would be a little bit easier on everyone. You know the video of that lady that couldn't get four guys together to move a granite stone?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to unpack here. Wow. Well, obviously, first of all, the topic of the bear situation, the fact that women would choose a bear over men, the fact that why you would ask for men and they won't do it, trying to use their sexuality, sexual prowess to try and get men to do it for her, and friend zone and everything else that was mentioned. I'll try and cover it, but there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, if a girl asks four guys to do it, if the girl asks the four guys to do it in a normal way without trying to sell herself, um, they probably would do it for you. What men would see there is that you're trying to trick the men into doing something so she can turn around and say, this happened. That's probably why they said no. Men are mostly quite chivalrous, and most men do want to help anybody, regardless of sex. And men are quite helpful, especially for a woman, because they want to help them because they realise not all women are what a man can be, not all of them. But if that man or men think that that woman or women, as in more, um, are out for something extra, or they feel they're going to be tricked into something, they won't engage. They won't do it. Or if they're in a relationship or married, they're not going to risk something happening, whether either they don't trust themselves or they don't trust her. They're not going to risk it, so they'll say no. In respect of a bear, I can't really understand the concept of that when they said that women would rather ask a bear than a man. One, bears are ferociously big and strong. They haven't got the intelligence of a man. I'm assuming they stink, and I'm assuming that their hygiene would be worse than low. And even if you did ask a bear, it would just look at you. It wouldn't respond to you. It wouldn't do anything you're asking it. So, if in a nutshell you're trying to make out that men are worse than that, who's the stupid one now? Hmm? The problem there isn't women. It isn't men. It isn't the bear. It's the situation you've put men in that men are trying to avoid. That's why that's happening. And then I don't know if Emily's trying to show her intelligence there or lack of it, but you wouldn't ask a bear or one bear to move a granite slab. Yeah, strength wise, it could probably do five or six, but it hasn't got the intelligence to do it. So the question is null void. Simple as that. Um, in respect of the friend zone, me personally, I've always had a problem understanding that because I personally can't see a man having female friends. It just acquaintances, people that you know that are female. That's normal. Same as women would have men, men would have women. But friends, like I would ring up a mate to go out for a beer, or we'd go see a film, or we'd do darts together, play pool, race cars, motorbikes, take a car apart, do normal tasks that you would do growing up. You'd be skateboard, BMXing, you'd go and just do things that guys would do, same as girls would do what they do. That replaced with a female, no, I don't see that. That doesn't work. I can't ever see that being normal for me. A guy's with a girl as a mate, not as a mate as in all right mate, a mate as in a mate. Yeah, you do things together. So to me, I don't have any female friends. Female acquaintances, people that you can say hi to, people you can catch up with and see how things are going. You know, how's the kids, or how was so and so, how was this, that, and the other, or what did you do yesterday, what are you going to do next week, or are you going on holiday, you know. But that's it. As in, a friend that I would ring up to go out drinking, no. No. That's what I would do with a mate. I said, are you out this weekend, mate? Oh, yeah, right, okay, do you want to meet up? Yeah, right then. I wouldn't do that with a female. No, that's wrong. So in that respect, the bear thing, it's simple. Women have lost the ability to know how to speak to a man to get a man to do something. If a man thinks he's going to be tricked, or a man thinks he's going to be used, or a man thinks that there's some ulterior motive to what he's asking, he ain't going to engage. He's not going to help. And most men like granite slabs. I've picked one of them by myself. Yeah, heavy as, yeah, they are. But depends on the man. Depends how strong he is. Yeah, the heavy as hell. But if he's strong, you can do it on your own. You might need two men. You might need four. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's your approach. It's how you're coming across. Men have realised that women's sexual prowess isn't always the answer to get a man to do something. Men have realised that we're not monkeys. Yeah, a woman used to be able to flash a boob or flutter her eyelids or show a bit of thigh, and the man had dropped to her knees like begging to a goddess. That doesn't happen anymore because men have realised, and men have grown up and realised that at the end of the day, that has no value. If the woman hasn't got enough respect for a man to ask as a normal person without expecting something else back, or without the man needing to be concerned about the outcome, he's not going to do it. That's as simple as that. So that's why. I think I've unpacked everything there. I don't know if I have or haven't, but I've covered what I think I can cover. I think I've done pretty much everything.